Okay, well, thank you very much for coming and speaking to me today. You have an EP coming out that I have been listening to, and it
All
is
right.
brilliant.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Um, I have to say, where did I put my notes? Ah, yes, Lose Sleep. Oh, that is the one that I love the most. I
Nice.
don't know if that's like your favorite. All of the songs are brilliant, by the way. I'm not saying any of the others are crap or anything, but Lose Sleep, as soon as that it starts, I was just, oh, and then it sort of pulled me in a bit. Um, so yeah, I love that one. What are your favorites? Or is it
Deeper,
just
I'd say.
sorry?
Deeper.
Oh, the first song.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a banger. Like,
Yeah. I think for me it's really, really hard to answer. Like I basically love this EP like from front to back. And I love the different songs for different things. Like Deeper is cool because we wrote it in basically no time and had to go like just like Evan Howard says it, like getting quick, get out quick, just be super heavy, super aggressive. But then again, Loose Sleep is also pretty sick because it has like so many like little things to it, so many little details. So I think uh yeah, it's really hard for me to narrow down right now. So I say for the sake of it, I say now Deeper. If you ask me tomorrow, it will probably be a different song.
Depends what mood you're in.
Exactly.
So obviously the EP is out in a few days.
Yeah, right. It's
Um,
in 2 days actually.
2 days, lovely. Don't worry, my review will be going up tomorrow as well, so that everyone can get a little snippet sort of thing of what I think.
Mhm.
Um, and so what was the process of writing it? Is there, do you just sort of bounce ideas off of each other, or is there a process?
Yeah, it was pulling teeth. Yeah, it's like we started to write for this EP actually when was it? I think 2021. Actually, before Waste was even out, we started to write for the CP. So before the last EP was out, because like just the pandemic happened and everything, and there were
Hmm.
so many ideas floating around that we played around with so many songs that we started to do that we then actually didn't go forward with because it's like four people in the band. Everyone it should like work for everyone, and if something doesn't work for everyone we're just gonna ditch it, and that's actually
Yeah.
happened quite a lot for the CP. Yeah. So once, and I really feel like once we knew what we want to do, because there was like a lot of experimentation going on,
Hmm.
switching from 6 string guitars to 7 string guitars, switching from drop D to drop A, and it took a while to figure out. Okay, how's this going to work for us? And I know at least from Brian and Evan, there was a little bit of like they were cautious about this because they never done this before. But once we knew what was going to work for us, and I think the song that really was where everything hit was when we wrote Collapse. Um, that's the point where we thought, okay, you know what? We all think we know how this is going to end up, and we're gonna keep going forward this way.
Okay, cool. So was you in the studio for long recording it? Did you
we
have
did
lots
it
of
ourselves
ideas before you went in?
Yeah.
in the practice space. We actually, instead of actually going to a studio, we just did it ourselves. Like Brian, the
Oh,
bassist,
cool.
has all the gear and stuff to do it ourselves, and it was much better as well that way because um, it was drawn out more. In fairness, instead of like 4 days, but yeah, it was just I don't know about you, Alex, but for me,
Yeah.
it was handier
Yeah.
like that way.
Yeah, I think for you, like you, that you have the freedom to actually explore like different ideas and not just be like when
Yeah,
we recorded Waste, we recorded with Aidan Cunningham, who did a great job, still in my opinion. But we were
Mm,
like in Dublin for what was it, like 4 or 5 days, so we had to bang everything out like in just a couple of days.
mm,
That leaves like second guessing you. You can't second guess yourself because time is money then, right? But in
yeah,
mm-hmm.
this instance,
Indeed.
and I remember you, Xander, like trying different like vocal patterns and cadences and everything. And if we would have been in the studio, this would have not been possible.
yeah,
Then we
yeah.
then you would probably would have done something. And on the way back home, when we listened to the rough mixes, you would be like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And like even like doing it this way, there's like not one part that I'm like, oh, I should have done that differently, or
Yeah.
it's it's much better for me anyway.
Well, yeah, you're sort of putting that music out into the world, and it's not like you can take it back and redo it. You need it,
Yeah,
well, you want it to be perfect first time when you
yeah,
release it. So it's a bit more, I suppose, a bit more relaxed doing it yourselves. Not so
Yeah,
much pressure.
absolutely. Well, there was some pressure, but it was more like the pressure on ourselves, I would say. Because so we started to record this EP in Jesus, when was it? Was it October last year? I want to
yeah.
say. Yeah, it was
About
October.
that, yeah.
Yeah. And I had some vacation coming up, so I needed to have my guitars tracked beforehand so Xander can go ahead and track his vocals.
Mhm.
So there was some element of like time pressure, but it's not like in a studio where it's like you have 2 days, track everything. And then you're just like, oh Jesus, what the hell, man? So it was more like, okay, I have like a couple of weeks, and just like Xander said, like you can obsess uh over details, and there were parts that I played so many times, and it wasn't right. Okay, let's go back, let's retrack it again. At some
Mm.
stage, I think it was actually deeper, where we scrapped a lot of guitars that I recorded before, and I just re-recorded it. So just because I used 2 different guitars and it just didn't work, like with the tones that we have, and also some minor technicalities. So we just said, you know what, let's grab what we have until now. Let's go from the top again. That wouldn't have worked in a studio.
No, no. Obviously, in a studio, you pay for time, don't you? So you have to
Exactly.
sort of like be in and be out when you're told
Yeah,
to. No,
exactly.
that's good. It you can sort of tell that by listening to it that it was all brought together quite perfectly.
Oh,
It
thanks.
all sounds like it's been done. What's the word? Decently. Like, you know what I mean?
Decent.
It's like some people you hear they've been in the studio or they've been doing it themselves for months and months and months, and it sounds like crap.
Yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly. And I've been
and
in a situation before, and it just really sucks.
exactly, you don't want to put that out into the world, do you? Without
Yeah.
knowing deep down that you like it. So as a band, I'd like to know more about yourselves. Tell us a bit about the history of yourselves.
I'll take this one, Alex. I'd say.
Yeah. I'm still the
Yeah,
newbie, I know.
Oh, you're the
yeah.
newbie,
No, no,
already.
no, no.
It's been
But
5 years.
yeah, but so like I would have played in bands like as a teenager,
Mhm.
to try and get out of the jamming room or the practice space. That it just never happened, and so I was just at it for a while. Um, Isaac, the original guitarist, he was living in Prague for like 2 years. He came back, and I was like, all right, we need to start a band. We need to get this going. So we did, and he met. I think was it through a Facebook group for musicians or something. They were going to start an Alice in Chains band or something. I'm not too sure about their side, but that's how we met Evan and Brian. And yeah, so from there we just went at it, and he eventually left the band, and like I was like, oh fuck's sake, this is done. We're so done here, like, and we like tried out other guitarists, and I was like, I don't know if we can keep going. Alex came up then, and I was like, yeah, we're so back. You know what I mean? Because as in, it's not just to be the guitarist, but it's like you have to be all in as well. You know what I mean? And it was just the perfect fit from there. So
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah, I
the
really feel like from
boys.
from from the get-go, it was like actually all working very well. I remember us like actually writing during the first practice as well. And we still
yeah,
haven't used this riff in any song whatsoever.
that's that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So you all knew basically when once you was all together, you knew it was all the perfect fit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much
Oh,
right
that's
away, actually. Like, I mean, also the story how I joined the band is actually absolutely hilarious.
cool.
Like I've I'm originally from Germany and I moved to Ireland. And when I was new here, I was like, okay, let's see what like the local bands like what the local scene is like, because I've been playing in bands for like Jesus Christ, almost my entire life, right? So I came across like Worn Out and was like, okay, this is actually pretty sick. And I left like a comment under, I don't know, like a Facebook post or something. I was like, hey, if you ever need a guitar player, just hit me up. And Isaac told me like we were still really cool with Isaac, like the former guitar player, and he told me, oh yeah, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's never gonna happen. You're never gonna join this band. So yeah, then
We're
Isaac
still really
left.
cool with Isaac as well.
Yeah, yeah. True.
Yeah,
So yeah, then Isaac decided to leave the band. I think it was it late 2018 or something, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
late
think around that.
2018. And I think you guys then put up like a post on Facebook. Oh, we're looking for a new guitar player. And I sent a message, said, yeah, I want to try out. Didn't hear anything back from the guys whatsoever for, I don't know, two weeks, which I mean it was around Christmas time. So that's understandable, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was like in the mindset like, you know what? I didn't hear back. Maybe I'm just done with making music and sold my gear. Then just literally like 1 or 2 days later, like Evan, our drummer, messaged me. It was like, hey, yeah, thanks for replying. You wanna come to the rehearsal space and jam out with us? I'm like, shit. just really just really sold my stuff. And then I asked a buddy of mine if I can borrow a guitar just like for one practice. And which I actually found out pretty recently that he was also auditioning for Worn Out. So a guy that auditioned for you guys borrowed me the guitar to also audition for you guys. So yeah, I borrowed me the guitar, went up to the practice space, and like I said, like from the get-go was like, okay, you know what? We have a similar headspace, we have a similar mindset, and we all somewhat have like the roots in aggressive music, you could say like heavy music, hard, some sort of hardcore. So yeah, worked right away. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. That's really good. It's good when you can all click straight away.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, that it's notorious. Some bands can't even be in the same room together.
Yeah.
So where did the name come out? Worn Out.
Isaac, the original
Oh,
guitarist. I actually remember it was because when I was like, oh, let's start a band, he's like, yeah, let's do it. We were at a house party and we were just partying or whatever. We went back to his gaff. I remember it was in his gaff at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he was like, all right, I have a few names. I have a few names. And I was like, okay, let's go. What you have? And he was like, oh, the Hounds. I think that was one of them. And I was
Ooh,
like,
oh
Jesus,
dear.
no.
oh, geez, that's awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he said, oh, Worn Out. And I was like, that is so fucking sick. Use that. We'll use that. So yeah,
It's
that's where
it's
the
a
name
bit
came from.
different to what else is out there, so it's memorable. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, at least that was not a quick and easy way. You could have spent weeks or months trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's how it usually goes, right?
It's gas like the name though, like Worn Out. Like my sister was saying, she has a beanie, the Worn Out beanie, like, and she's saying like, oh, people just think I'm like not knowing it's a band. It's just a label that they're putting on their head, being like, oh, I am Worn Out. You know what I mean? Kenzie as well
Oh
was
yeah,
saying that he's like he works in an office and he was wearing like a Worn Out hoodie, and he's like, these lads just think I'm just making a
You're putting a
statement here,
message
like
out there.
in a
yeah.
band, but yeah,
Honestly, it happened to me as well. Like I wore like I know it's tacky to wear your own merch, but I wore a worn out shirt to work, right? And one of my coworkers, like in the office, just walked up to me, "Are you worn out or what?" I'm like, Jesus Christ, come
classic.
on. You know that's my band. Don't do that.
It's got to be done, and everyone thinks they're original when they do it.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, I'm so funny.
Every time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, okay, so as well as the EP coming out in a few days, you have some gigs coming up too.
Announced Yeah, so we far
Mm.
is actually like a couple of shows in October and November.
Mhm.
We're gonna play Jesus Christ, was it like Belfast, Dublin, and Limerick, end of October, together with Grief Eater. And the Limerick is gonna be the Siege of Limerick, which will be probably pretty cool. And then we're gonna have our uh show here in Cork, like you could say our hometown show with our good friends in Lorin, which are an incredible band that you need to check out. Trust me, they're absolutely mayhem live.
I promise.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we're gonna play at the Dolly here, or what is it called this week? I don't know. it's
Yeah.
the Dolly, which used to be Craig Jenny's, which used to be Nudes. Yeah, we're gonna play there, and it's an awesome venue. They just like remodeled the whole thing. Been to two shows there, and it's an incredible space. So
Do they
I'm
change
pretty
management a lot? Is that why the name changes?
yeah, I think so. So I'm not too much in the loop there, so I don't know if 100%. All I know is that it was like Craig Jennings before, and it had a different owner or something. And then like some like the girl who runs it now, I think took it over, and she has like a cooperation thing going with Dali, like that's a bigger venue in Cork City as well. So I think, but I'm not 100% sure. That's just like from assumption.
But there'll be links and things anyway, so people will be able to find the gigs and
Absolutely.
and everything for you. But no, that's all great. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me. It's
Yeah,
quite
sure.
fun.
No worries. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
no